Policing Inquiry. We're listening to the second day of evidence of Bob Lambert. He is pretending to be an elderly man who can't hear properly 50% of the time. The rest of the time he is completely capable of listening to what is being said to him. It is quite offensive and pathetic, really, that he's doing this. He's been taking through a lot of his early reports, kind of just pointing, asking really, was he infiltrating Incident Animal Rights and Haringey Animal Rights Group because of the groups themselves, or as a stepping stone to the Animal Liberation Front? We've got to his involvement in London Greenpeace. A lot of the questions he's being asked, he answers them by just stating facts that could be gleaned from the question, without going into any actual detail of what the actual question is itself. He's doing this very slowly with big gaps. There are lots of other people around. I'm going to ask them what they thought of Eveline and Kate, what did you make of this morning's hearing?
I've got a headache already.
I mean, it's so hard. Honestly, by the time he's got to actually giving an answer, I've forgotten what the question was, and so has he. He's dragging it out.
He's had coaching.
No, I mean, at this rate, they're going to have to question him for a month to actually get through everything. Every question takes so long to answer. Half of them he kind of gets halfway through an answer and then asks them to repeat the question. It's interesting that his memories of the groups and the activists are so much sharper than his memories of his own police colleagues, and it may be just because we're more interesting people. I don't know, but no, there's a definite element. I mean, yesterday it was very striking. His what we call the culture of backing up, and the fact that Lambert may be going down, but he's still not planning on taking anyone down with him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it seems pretty clear to me that he's lying a lot of the time, if only by admission. Every so often he says, I better pause there, I better pause. He's not being pushed on this at all by Barr, but what's he pausing about? It's not very clear.
Well, I mean, he would probably use the excuse of avoiding blurts. These, let's not be a Trevor Morris here.
Yeah.
Which in some ways we should be grateful for, because that whole stopping it every few minutes.
Yeah. And I would say normally when I'm reporting from hearings, it's quite difficult for me to write down all the details of what is said. I can write down every single word that Bob Lambert said. Sometimes I type out a tweet and I read it back and realise it makes no sense at all, because I've written down exactly what he said, and what he said has made no sense at all. There's not much else to say really, because it's been such slow going. We'll be back in soon. As Eveline says, this could take all month if he's going to do it at this pace.
I mean, I would encourage people to go back to the COPS website and read the Bob Lambert primer that we put up, which talks about the issues that he is being questioned about, even if his answers are non-answers. These are the things that the inquiry is going to be drawing inference. Even if he doesn't actually say anything, they are going to have to draw inference from the stuff that he said. It really seems to me like he's lying and leaving a hell of a lot of stuff out in his answers. But those are the issues set out in that article that are at stake, and it's part of the reason we put that article together was because we knew that this 4.5 days was going to be just dense and incredibly difficult to follow, but there are some really key important issues at stake and that he has been questioned about.
Also, I would recommend people go and watch any of the many videos that exist of Bob Lambert publicly speaking on YouTube, where he shows that he can be articulate and speak normally, and not do the Joe Biden tribute act he seems to be doing today. All right, we'll see you again at lunchtime. Cheers for joining.